The story of sage Markandeya, the boy who defeated death. Once upon a time, in ancient India, there lived a wise and devout couple named Sage Markandeya and his wife Devotee. They were kind and God-fearing, and spent their lives in prayer and helping others. But they had one sorrow: they had no children. For years they prayed to Lord Shiva, asking him for a child. Pleased with their devotion, Lord Shiva appeared before them and offered them a choice. You can have a son who will be brilliant, wise, and a great devotee, but he will live only for 16 years. Or you may have a son who will live a long life of 100 years, but he will be dull and ordinary. After thinking deeply, the couple chose the first option. They said, "We would rather have a child who is good, even if for a short time." Soon a beautiful baby boy was born. They named him Markandeya. From an early age, Markandeya was no ordinary child. He had a calm nature, a glowing face, and a deep interest in learning about God and the universe. He studied the holy texts, served his parents, and worshipped Lord Shiva with all his heart. As Markandeya grew, so did his wisdom and his love for God. Everyone who met him admired his knowledge and peaceful nature. But when he turned 15, his parents grew very sad. They knew he had only 1 year left to live. Markandeya noticed their sorrow and asked, "Why are you both so worried?" With tears in their eyes, they told him about the blessing they had received from Lord Shiva, that he was destined to live only until the age of 16. Instead of becoming afraid, Markandeya became even more devoted. He decided to spend all his time in prayer and meditation. As his 16th birthday approached, he went to a temple of Lord Shiva and began to pray with great concentration. At that moment, something unusual happened. The wind grew strong, the sky turned dark. The god of death, Yama, arrived on his giant buffalo. He held a noose in his hand, ready to take Markandeya's soul. But Markandeya didn't run. He didn't beg for life. He simply held on tightly to the Shiva idol and kept praying. Yama threw the noose toward the boy, but it landed not just on Markandeya, but also on the Shiva idol. Suddenly, there was a blinding flash of light. From the idol, Lord Shiva himself appeared, furious. "How dare you try to take my devotee?" Shiva shouted. "He has surrendered himself to me, and no one can harm him now." Lord Shiva raised his weapon and struck Yama. The god of death fell to the ground, lifeless. The world became still. Without Yama, there could be no death. The balance of life and death was disturbed. The gods came rushing to Lord Shiva and begged him to revive Yama, saying, "Without death, the world cannot function." Shiva agreed, but he laid down one condition: Markandeya will live forever. He will not die. He is under my protection. Yama accepted, and Markandeya was blessed with eternal life. From that day on, Markandeya traveled the world, spreading goodness, wisdom, and devotion. He became one of the immortal sages, those who live until the end of time, guiding people to walk the path of truth and faith. Moral of the story: true devotion has great power. Even death can be defeated with deep faith. Courage and belief in God can protect you from the greatest danger. A short life full of wisdom and virtue is better than a long life without meaning.